Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the world we live in. Because we live in a Minecraft world. And today, we're playing Minecraft. This weather, man, it's getting to me. I have had crazy, like, my nose has been crazy because of it. And it's been rough. It's honestly been a rough week. Um, See, if you hear me like going like that, I'm gonna try and mute when I do that. But like, I am going through it with this weather. I'm done with it. I'm telling you, it is snowing tomorrow. Mother Nature, like, we need to stop. Uh, I want to build something out of dark oak today because I don't build out of dark oak, and I don't like dark oak, truthfully. But I I think there is value in branching out. Um, is this too big? Let's find out. Too wide. Wrong spot. Okay. Did I build this if I... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sweet. Okay. Had some fun ideas. Uh, we're gonna try and go through with them. Well, yeah, because... God, do I have stuff to yap about. It's genuine. It's been a not good week. um, in... Hold on, let me think. Do this with my eyes closed so I can visualize. Try like more. Kind of like it's more, but it's not gonna be a big problem. Uh, on Friday, yesterday, I got into my 8th period class, and it's like it's 4 of us in a class and the teacher who we've all had for 4 years now. So like we're chill. I just felt like my nose corrected itself. That was so odd. But anyway, should be good. I'm really excited to build this building actually because really enjoy the checkerboard. I think it's really cool. Really enjoy the old feelings it gives you. This should be a big enough space. This is gonna be a store, by the way. What store? Yet I will not tell. But yeah, so she was just like, guys, we're not gonna do any work today. I want to go outside and do a primal scream, and we were all like, yeah, let's do it. We didn't because it was a joke, but like to set the tone. Yeah. I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but yesterday specifically was a bad day. We were gonna have a pep rally. It was canceled. I'm indifferent on that, although I was going to do a vocab Wednesday, so that got canceled. Not fun. Didn't appreciate that. Let's do this in chunks of 3. To top it all off, I'm not gonna. This is what I'm not gonna go into detail on. I saw something on yesterday that genuinely traumatized me. Um, And I feel we use extreme language a lot, especially as young people. But I don't say that lightly. Like, it traumatized me. I've been thinking about it since it happened. Everything is okay now, but crazy. Just, yeah, everyone's okay. But there, I want to, this next bit I do want to go into some detail on because I have thoughts I would like. What? Didn't think about this. Okay. Do we do? Let's just do this here. I have something important to say about this topic, and yeah. So there was going to be a walkout at my school against ICE. Sorry, I had to like just get my thoughts for a second. I was a little, yeah. There was going to be an ICE walkout, and the student, the main student organizing it, met with admin and said it was canceled. Poor communication. It wasn't relayed to everyone who was intending on going, and our administration still let it happen because, like, I mean, what else are they gonna do? I want to build the floor out of clay. Cool block. I used to love it and build with it a lot, but now I just haven't. Anyway, just like sleep. But anyway, it ended up happening, and they were told to get inside. Like, I'm not gonna. You might have. There's a viral video going around of it, and the thing that I have to say about it is this isn't going to be anything political, but it's just like a factual thing, which, I mean, hey, that is something that a certain political group of people markets their ideals as just facts and not political. But anyway, tangent for another day that I am not going to do on here. I was very happy that people want to express their rights to protest in the First Amendment. However, in order to protest and use your rights, you have to know your rights. And a lot of people protesting did not understand their rights as it pertains to being in a student in a school building. Tinker v. Des Moines is a big thing that I was not taught until last year, my junior year. It was in my civics class. That is a required class, but it's not required. It's not like required at a specific time. Like, you just have to take it. And the fallout of that, the reason you have to know your rights before doing anything with them is because if you don't, then the fallout of that is catastrophic to not only you, but the people around you, and yeah. There was an out of context video taken of a administrator, and while the wording might not have been the best, It was nothing prohibit. Like the event still happened, and um, yeah, like it still happened. Everything went down safely and everything, and it's being taken by places outside of even our state. And which is where this becomes dangerous because, I mean, in the literal sense also of this administrator has gotten threats to their family, themselves, and regardless of political stance, of views on ICE, on schools, rights, whatever, violence is the pretty agreed upon part of a thing having gone too far. I don't think I'm crazy in saying that. Um, and it has gotten to that point. Nothing has happened, as far as I am aware. Um, this person is okay. Their family is okay. Um, we might not have school on Monday, but that's because of this snow, not anything to do with. Am I just gonna be missing out? Ugh, I'm gonna need 6 more. Okay. Off to the mines I go. I wish this was like Terraria where you could go underground and find clay. Oh, it's interesting they're different color clays. Anyway, um, and spinning this, going back to the perception of it all, spinning this as an administrator. Okay, what I'm going to say is Tinker v. Des Moines, for anyone listening who does not know, was a Supreme Court case where I don't remember when this was. Oh, I actually, I don't, just, the specifics I don't know off the top of my head of date, time, whatever. Students were wearing armbands to protest the Vietnam War, I believe, and the school tried to shut it down without a real cause. And I don't believe they got away with it. But the takeaway from the case was, I believe what they said was, the school's actions were unjust, but that if a protest or free speech and protest can be limited in schools if it is interfering with the school learning environment. There's some debate going on right now about whether this was during school time. It was. We have this period once a week on Wednesday called advisory. It's just like sometimes you catch up on work, sometimes there's like stuff you got to do. Grand old time. And that's when it happened. And technically under the schedule from 7:55 to 2:40 p.m. is instructional time. There's not really instructional stuff going on. And yeah, so that's been a thing. But having like I kind of lost my train of thought for a second. Yes, there's some questions of, is it really interfering with the school day? That's neither here nor there, because that's not the part being focused on. The part being focused on is a framing that is not true and can cause harm. I also want to use this as an example as to why you should be giving people grace and realizing people are human. Because ultimately, this is an act of, like, you don't know what you don't know. And so, while yes, it is important to inform people and correct them, I don't know exactly how I feel about saying that one specifically, but for all intents and purposes of this discussion, correcting them, that's why it is important, but it is also important to keep in mind that it reminds me of parenting. I'm not saying this is parenting, but I'm saying, like, you still have to remain empathetic and realize that it is the fault lies beyond the person. The person being a collective of people, the student body, the people that inhabit our systems rather than the systems themselves. Or the systems themselves, sorry, rather than the people that are subjected to them. This is a case where it isn't even necessarily a fault of our systems, because it's not like it's not being taught. It is. It's just not being taught. I don't even want to say at the right time, because this is kind of unprecedented. I mean, it's not that a walkout has never happened. Like, there have been several. Where is my sand? Here's my sand. Do I have any just like, what's this? Sand? It is, and maybe it is a problem with our systems, and maybe we should be learning about these things sooner. Sorry, I'm having to sniff a lot. I know this is not really what I usually talk about, but this is something that I've felt, and even looking at, like, how we consume a lot of our media, and for better or for worse, definitely for worse, how we consume largely political, how we how we gain our political opinions is largely through media, and not, like, I don't want to say trusted, but like through unbiased, as much as that can happen, sources. And I know that I know that a lot of the people that watch these are my friends, who a lot of them I've talked to about this, and who we largely agree. But I also have some friends who are younger, who have not learned about the case yet, Tinkerbell Des Moines specifically, and I've been I've been mentioning it to them as it has come up, and also for anyone who maybe doesn't know about the case and has felt that either they have wanted to do more research or they feel maybe that their rights have been infringed upon, and maybe they're frustrated because they think action has not been taken or that it's being left, like things have been just let happen, which is a valid frustration, and maybe that's the reason why. And I think it is important to get I'm not even going to go into the whole thing of make sure your news is unbiased, because that's a hard thing to do. There is a beautiful chart called the All Sides Media Bias chart that has a lot of most major news sources and where they lean on a political scale from extreme left to center to right to extreme right. I've found it very helpful in the past, especially when you have to do like media literacy work or just wanting to be a more active, more like proactive, I guess. That's not the right word. Dang, I'm really blanking on this word right now. Being a more I don't know, just a conscious consumer when it comes to this sort of stuff. It's very important and something we all need to be doing a better job of. I know I need to be doing a better job of this as well. Yeah. What do we think about... Just checking the time. Okay, this has gone on for a long time, this chat. But this is not a regular episode because we are not in a regular time. I I was joking the other day. I was talking to some of my friends, and I was saying how my song in Cinderella is "Now is the time to act. No other time will do." And I feel as though by the time our performance rolls around, that it's going to be as if I am speaking directly to the audience and not the townspeople that inhabit the world of Cinderella. Because, yeah. I also, I do encourage you to, while my experience and my school's experience has been one of a misunderstanding of the rules per se, it is maybe if this is happening in your spaces, maybe it's a school, maybe it's a workplace, maybe it's your own home. I would encourage you to speak up and speak to those in power, whether that be a boss, a parent, an administrator, a representative. Talking to your local representatives is a big thing that is a very daunting task, but is an effective one. If you feel that something is wrong or you want a better understanding of things, they can be great helps. I know I did like a model senate program last year, and I know someone actually that's interning with one of my local senators, And so that's really cool. Um, all of this to say, I'm building a clothing shop. Um, I'm building a clothing shop because I love the armor stands with their little poses in their outfits. You can also make a lot of like colors with dye, which is really fun. Which is something I want to do. Oh, I want to show you though. Um, I found something. I found something out. As like background noise, I found a video that was like a list of a lot of exclusive things belonging to console edition. And one of them was a creative mode only item that that this world is host privileges. I can do what I want, which is, I believe, in my opinion, the most fun way to play Minecraft. Behold the shrub. You may be thinking, this is just a dead bush. But it's not. This one you place on grass and it changes into the different biomes. I'm not going to place it down just because I don't know if Silk Touch works. However, if it does, I can just go into creative. Oh, maybe I have to shear it? Can you get these? You can. Okay, sweet. Yeah, just look at these. These are cute. Sometimes produces wheat seeds. Use decoration. Huh. That's so interesting. Here, let's place it down. Oh, you know what we could do? Wow, and this one's shorter as well. Wow. This is Minecraft for you. Also, the amusement park over here, which I have not touched in probably close to a year. Ocean Temple down here. No, it's just the coral reef. The Ocean Temple, I think, is actually farther a little bit that way. Man, that was a lot. That probably. Oh, this is also what I done. I found this world that it just started out on. I was just scrolling through some wild worlds and I found I was near like this little waterfall area and it looked something like this, a little more natural and a little less whimsical, but it looked like this and I thought that was nice and I wanted to build it. And I figured here is the spot to do it because like I'm gonna expand some stone this way, I think, but it's growing out of the island. I think also I'm gonna take another crack at building a bridge to the main island over there. I originally had it like a weird diagonal one I wasn't a fan of, but I'm gonna build one over here, I think. I also, this is tragic. I might get rid of the Frostwalker. I don't know. I'm the one person in the world who uses it, so like I gotta stay strong, but like I am my perimeter is me. I will not abandon my post. Uh, like, I don't know. It's been a little annoying lately, but as many things can be. So, um, with the time we have, I'm not sure what a productive use of it would be. I am gonna move something. I think I will move. Huh. What are these mountains? Could move the seeds. I know where to move them. I'll leave one in there, just in case I'm ever in the area. But where I'll need them most is over here. I guess I'll just give like a little update over here on what's happened since I've last played. Or last recorded, but yeah, I pretty much was the last time I played this week. In addition to this whole thing and what happened yesterday, it has been a bad week and a busy week because it stops for no one. Oh, on a positive note though, oh, the sun is setting. Perfect. That does show off one of the things that I built. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. I spy with my little eye. Over here, I think this is actually something I just forgot to show off a little bit ago. I added the corner logs onto the clock tower. Um, see if you can see it from up here on this floating island. Love this, by the way. Might add more. No, you can't see it. I do love that you can see this new thing that I built from the top of here. Actually, I don't think you can see it from my deck here. Definitely not. Oh, maybe. No, because of this. But yeah, if we go up here, I'll just let it the sunset and see when you can see it. Maybe you saw it already, and I'm just being a little silly, but who knows? Also, Loki, there was a moment in the video where I was sniffing, and I'm not sure if I muted fast enough. So sorry if you guys heard that, but you know, it is what it is. Man, this is taking forever. We have a few minutes left here. I'm probably gonna give some closing thoughts and then wrap up, and maybe work on the clothing store more next episode. Remove the bridge. Who knows? Um, you see it, it looks so cool. I was really inspired by the Fallen Stars in Terraria. I think that's so cool. It's such a cool mechanic to have, and like having that being tied to the magic system is really cool. Um, um, so I built one. See it? Oh, wow, it looks so cool. I think so. Right? Right above the planetarium too. It just fits. Um, the last big thing that I did was I showed off the village last episode. I did a lot of work on the theater. I actually built up the walls while I was having a very meaningful conversation with my cousin. So that was nice. I just need to work on here, like the ceiling, which I have some ideas for, and the backstage area, which I'll show you in a minute. But this is really coming along, and I'm really proud of myself. Another thing I'm proud of myself for, I have 3 different types of lights in here alone, and there's an extra on the stage. So, house and stage, and these are the wait for me lights. I'm gonna have to amend the sign in a second, but the cool thing is if you turn this, it turns those off and those on. And if you turn these on, it turns those off. And the wait for me lights on. Isn't this awesome? If you flip this, those stay on. So we have house lights, stage lights, wait for me lights. Yo. This is a reminder that our AI overlords, I'm just yanking your chain, guys. But also, turn off your hey, whatever your device assistant is. If we go over here, turn on the electric city because um, mine just turned on and I was not talking to it and I forgot to turn it off. So I'm going to do that as soon as I end this. Um, backstage area, a little cluttered right now. That's okay. But the real backstage area, it's going to be sick. We're going to have a brick wall, give it like that theater feel. The green room, it's a green room. uh, fell. I started working at a new job, a new Dunkin', a new coffee. Um, really fun. I like it a lot better than my old one. That's definitely for sure. I got all the black wool in here, by the way. Crazy. Um, as well as I got paid the other day, which I thought I was going to get paid this upcoming Friday, so it was a nice surprise that I got paid yesterday, which was, I'll take it. The last thing was I got into college today. Um, don't know if I'm committing yet. There's one more decision I want to wait for. The one I got into today has been my top one, but I want to go in for education. And the one I'm waiting for has a slightly better education program, but in a way that I'm not sure is 100% beneficial to me. So I am probably going to commit to Penn State, um, which there is definitely better teaching schools, but there's a lot I like about Penn State that I haven't really found anywhere else. But yeah, thank you for listening to my rants. I encourage you to pay attention in school, but especially in your civics class and your government classes, because in not paying attention and letting situations like this happen, it is pushing backwards our effectiveness as a society. Because I don't want to use this terminology because, like, it's not really a weak thing, but we're as strong as our weakest link, right? Like, I encourage you to be as inquisitive as you can about this sort of stuff. So that way, in case something like this ever happens, you have the insight as to what is a potential reason for this and why is this happening. Um, uh, and just how to go about it in a responsible way, because that is important. Thank you for watching. Next time we'll do more of the clothing shop as well as maybe the bridge. Or maybe the bridge and a little bit of clothing shop. Who knows? I'm going to go to sleep because I got to be up tomorrow to work. Bye.